I don't think I've ever been so excited to try a brand new foundation. I know I've reviewed a lot of foundations on my channel recently. There's just been a lot of really exciting releases. This new KOSAS Revealer foundation though, I would say, at least for me, and I think for a lot of you guys too, is the foundation that has really intrigued me the most and that I'm really the most excited about putting on my face. I said before that when I'm testing out a new foundation especially, I really like to wear it a couple times before giving you guys my full review, but I didn't want to wait too long before posting this because a lot of you guys seem to really want to hear my thoughts on this product, so I thought the best thing to do was to do a 2-day wear test. I am excited. I hope you guys are too. Let me know in the comments your thoughts on this product if you've tried it out, and let's just get right into it. So let's get into all of the details around this foundation because there is a lot, a lot going on here. So this is described by KOSAS as a clean, skin improving medium coverage foundation. It has a natural finish that instantly blends like a second skin to blur, visibly smooth texture and minimize pores. As far as the skincare ingredients that are in here, there's hyaluronic acid, niacinamide, peptides, squalane, vitamin B5, arnica, and caffeine, which is clinically proven to hydrate, brighten, soothe, plump, and protect the skin. It also says it's safe for sensitive skin, it's hypoallergenic, and it's non-acnegenic. The SPF that's in here is also a mineral reef safe SPF with SPF 25. Definitely not enough for day to day. I would still recommend using a separate SPF with this product. And it's also fragrance free, which is great. So very similar to a lot of the other foundations that are being released right now and the other ones that I've reviewed, like the new NARS foundation or the new Charlotte Tilbury one. They're all like natural finish, natural looking foundations, but still with that coverage. That's how they're all pretty much marketed right now because that's definitely like the trending foundation look at the moment. So now let's talk shades. There are 36 shades in the entire collection. So the first shade that I have here, which I think is going to be my closest match of the three that I have, is Light Plus Neutral Warm 170, and it says that it's light with peachy golden undertones. I typically like to go for shades that are more on the neutral side. So I think this will probably be my closest shade. The next shade that I'm going to swatch is Light Plus Neutral Olive 160. So this has more of an olive undertone. Oh, this one actually looks pretty good too. Interesting. Oh, you know what? I actually feel like that one's a little bit better. Okay, and the third shade that I have here is Light Neutral Warm 130. So this is light with yellow undertones. As they're kind of setting down on my face, they do tend to get a little bit darker. I'm very surprised because the third one over here, I feel like is the one that matches me best. They all look very, very, very similar to one another. The undertones are just slightly different, but I think that this undertone is probably the best suited for me because it's a little bit less peachy, which is interesting because I typically don't go for foundations that are described as having just yellow undertones, but that one seems like it's the best one for me. Okay, so now that I know which one I'm gonna use, let's actually prep my skin. I'm gonna moisturize my skin first with my Skin Fix Barrier Plus Lipid Peptide Cream. It's a pretty heavy cream. I do wanna make sure that my skin is really nicely moisturized, even though this is not supposed to be a drying foundation. I just don't want my dry skin to get it in the way of things, although my skin is actually feeling pretty good right now. But this is gonna be the only prep product that I'm gonna use. I typically do not use primers anyway. And I think when you're testing out a foundation, just using a moisturizer is the best way to actually see what it's like. I forgot to show you what the bottle looks like. Here's what it looks like. It is a glass bottle, has a nice pump. It literally looks exactly like the concealer, just in foundation form. So it's nice and cohesive. I'm gonna use a sponge on one half of my face and then a brush on the other half just to see which application method I prefer. I'm gonna put one pump on the back of my hand and see what that gives me. It's a nice lightweight consistency. It doesn't seem like it's super creamy or heavy. So I'm gonna use a sponge on the left side of my face. I like that color match a lot. That actually matches me really, really nicely. Just based off of the description of the foundation, this is very much exactly how I expected it would look. It has a nice skincare-like glow. It definitely does not look heavy on the skin. It has some good coverage. It covered up my redness with that one pump easily. It looks really good. I'm gonna do one more pump and I'm going to use a brush on the other side. This is my MAC 170. Let's see the difference. Oh, definitely way more coverage with the brush. Okay, here's what it looks like on the brush side. Here's what it looks like on the sponge side. Interesting, because I actually feel like after it's all applied, they look exactly the same. Most of the time for most foundations, I find I'm able to tell a difference between a brush application and a sponge application. This really looks exactly the same. Like, even though the brush side looked like it was applying more coverage when I first started applying it, once it was actually blended out, it pretty much looks the exact same on both sides. I don't really think I have a preference here. I think both application methods worked really nicely. So what I'm seeing as of right now is definitely foundation that has a lot of glow. You can see my skin is shiny right now. It doesn't look oily. It just looks like my skin is very nicely hydrated. We'll probably be able to knock out some of the shine once I apply a little bit of powder. It's not completely over the top. I'm not mad at it, but it's definitely a very, very glowy product. The coverage is really nice. This is my ideal type of coverage for day to day. It's definitely a solid medium coverage, not a full. I still see a lot of my like actual texture peeking through, which I do like for day to day. I'm gonna put just a little bit more product, and I'm gonna take my sponge. And where do I want to build this up? Let's see if we can build it up here. I wouldn't say that this is a buildable foundation. Like, it doesn't seem like it's building up to a full coverage. I think you can definitely make this sheer. You can make this more of a light coverage foundation, just depending on the way that you apply it. If you used a sponge and a lot less product than I applied, like maybe half a pump, you could probably get a very nice light coverage finish. So I'm gonna put on a little bit of my Revealer Concealer in 3.5, which is a little bit dark for me right now, but I really wanted to use it because, of course, it just makes sense. You can definitely tell that these two products are from the same line. I feel like they both give off the exact same type of finish, just one in a foundation and one in a concealer, because the reason why I really love this concealer is from that really nice skincare-like glow that it gives the under eyes. I just find it gives such a beautiful, fresh effect to the skin. So the way that these are meshing together kind of just makes sense. You know what helps get rid of glow though? Powder. And we're going to be using the KOSAS Cloud Set. This one is in the shade Feathery. You guys know how I feel about the KOSAS Cloud Set. It's one of my all-time favorite powders. It's very, very lightweight and airy, and it doesn't look heavy on the skin, but it still really does the trick in blurring the face and setting your makeup. It's one of my favorites. It's such a good product. So I'm going to take just a little bit of this. Not apply too much because, again, I don't want to, you know, mess with the foundation too much because I really want to see how it's going to wear today. But I'm going to put it where I typically put my powder, which is always in the center of my face to knock out shine and to just set that area. And another reason why I really love Cloud Set is that it doesn't totally get rid of shine. I do like a glow, but I don't want my skin to look oily. And with this powder, I feel like that really calmed things down a little bit. It doesn't look over the top glowy anymore, but my skin still has a really nice healthy sheen to it. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and finish off the rest of my face, and then I'll be back to give you guys some more thoughts once I actually have the rest of my makeup on. Okay, my full face of makeup has been applied, and honestly guys, I can't stop staring. It sounds so ridiculous, but I can't stop staring at my face in the mirror. I really can't, because I just love the way my skin is looking, especially from afar. The glow that it has is so pretty. Especially after applying that powder, I feel like it knocked out the excess amount of shine that I wasn't so into. And now I'm just left with this really, really, really natural looking, again, skincare-like glow that I always look for in my everyday foundations, because I just feel like it looks really fresh and beautiful. I like the way it's sitting on top of my pores. Keep in mind, I'm not wearing any type of pore-filling primer, and I feel like it glided on top of my pores nicely. It's not accentuating them. The only like problem area that I'm seeing is right above my lip. I have a lot of texture in this area, like all around here. I just have a lot of really little bumps. That texture is often accentuated with almost any foundation that I use. It's just the nature of texture. It's really hard to cover that up, which is why I kind of need to be realistic with that. That's not really ever something that's going to, you know, magically look smooth if I apply foundation on top of it. As long as it doesn't make it look worse than it is, or make it look super obvious, or if it's like breaking up or anything, which is what happened with the NARS light reflecting foundation, then I'm fine. But here's what everything looks like close up. I will give you guys also a natural light look as well, of course, but here's what it looks like with my studio lights. It's really beautiful. It really is. Like, so far, so good. And then as far as the way that it feels on my face, I'm actually really surprised with the way that it feels. I was a little bit worried that this would be a stickier foundation, because a lot of the times foundations that have all of those like skincare ingredients in them do feel a little bit heavier and stickier because they are just more hydrating. It doesn't feel like it's set down on my face 100%, but I would say it feels like it's 90% stuck down. Right now it's 11 a.m. I'm going to switch over to my vlog camera after this clip, and I'm going to just check in with you guys throughout the day. I'm actually going to get my hair done a little bit later today, so I'll vlog some of that. So that's it for now. I will check in with you guys a little bit later. It's now 3:30 p.m. I've been wearing the foundation for 4 hours now, and I can't stop staring at my skin. Every time I pass a mirror, when I was on live earlier on Instagram, my skin looked so nice, and it's from this foundation, man. Even the area above my lip where I said I have a lot of texture and I found it was a little bit accentuated, I actually feel that that has kind of improved and has looked a little bit better as it's worn, and that can normally go in one of two ways. Either it looks really bad and it starts to break up, or it looks good and it actually looks pretty good. Now I'm going in to get my hair done. I'm gonna be wearing a mask for the next like 2 hours, so we're gonna see how it wears with the humidity of my breath. My haircut's done. It's now 5 p.m. so I was in there for like almost 2 hours, and here's what the inside of my mask looks like. There's definitely some foundation transfer, as you can see. The top there, the bottom. I mean, I absolutely expected that. This is not a matte foundation that completely sets down on the face, so there's bound to be transfer. You can see on my nose, a lot of the foundation came off. So at this point, like, let's say I was going out right now, I would definitely do a little touch up on those areas. It's not crazy, but it definitely moved. Still looking so good though. You can see it's not settling anywhere on my face, on my smile lines, which is always a key point of my face that I like to kind of test out, see how the foundation is, because I have such prominent smile lines. Okay guys, so right now it is 7 p.m. and I'm just kind of wanting to take my makeup off just to, you know, start to chill for the night. So I figured this would be my last check-in for the day. I really don't have much to say, and when it comes to a foundation review, that's typically a good thing. The only change that happened is that my makeup kind of smudged off of my nose from wearing my mask. Everywhere else on the face, everything looks so nice and smooth and even, and nothing has worn off or broken up in any weird way. So I think that kind of completes my thoughts for today. Not eventful, but again, that's kind of a good thing. I'm gonna go take this off and I will check in with you guys when I apply this again tomorrow. All right, hello, it's day 2 of trying the new KOSAS Revealer Foundation. It's currently 10:30 in the morning. I just got back from a workout, I showered, I washed my face. I haven't moisturized yet because I wanted to do that with you guys on camera. So I'm just gonna go in right away with my Skinceuticals Daily Moisture and put that all over my face. I also gently exfoliated my skin today to help with any extra dryness that I have. And then for my SPF today, I'm gonna use my Coola Sunsilk drops. Okay, now let's go in with the foundation. Today I'm gonna use just my sponge because I really like the way it applied it yesterday. It was really quick and easy. So I'm gonna take a little bit of my MAC Fix Plus Coconut and spray my sponge with it. Do 1 pump. My experience with this foundation yesterday was so good. I really don't expect that there's going to be much of a difference today. I still feel like I'm gonna have a really good foundation day. And I was also trying to think, like, what other foundation does this remind me of? And I feel like it does kind of remind me of the LYS foundation, but a less full coverage version of the LYS. The LYS is similar because it has a really nice natural looking skincare-like finish. There's also hyaluronic acid and other hydrating skincare-esque ingredients in the foundation, so that's also why I made the correlation. The KOSAS foundation though isn't as much coverage as the LYS. I wouldn't really wear the LYS day to day, that's more of like a going out foundation for me, but this I would totally wear day to day because it's just the perfect amount of coverage for me. I'm gonna change out my concealer today. I'm gonna go in with my Clinique Even Better All Over Concealer. And then to set, I'm gonna use my Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Finish. Okay, I'm gonna finish off the rest of my makeup and I'll be right back. All right, we are done. Ready for the day. Here's what my makeup is looking like. Super, super simple. So I will update you guys in a couple hours with a little check-in and show you how things are wearing. All right, so right now it is 4 p.m. So I've had this foundation on since around 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, about 6 hours of wear. I think I'm gonna cut the wear test now because, I mean, especially since I've worn it over the last 2 days, I think I have a pretty solid idea of how I feel about this product. You guys, I love this. I think this is a great foundation. Like, there is nothing about this foundation that I don't like. I would say the only thing is it's definitely not like a transfer proof foundation. Today I was running around like in and out of places, so I had my mask on for like 2 hours straight, and then I was taking it on and off. So I have some transfer on my nose, which is totally normal for this kind of formula. But I really just like the way that this looks on my skin even after 6 hours of wear. I feel like my skin still looks really nice and fresh. It's still very flattering. It's not accentuating any of my dry patches or breaking up anywhere. It's not doing any of like the bad things that foundations can sometimes do. After wearing this over the last 2 days, I can absolutely see this becoming one of my go-to everyday foundations for when I do want a little bit more coverage. And I mentioned this yesterday, but I want to mention it again. I really like the way that it feels on my skin. That's a big thing that I look out for when it comes to foundation. I really want to make sure that things feel good on the face, and this definitely feels really, really good. Very lightweight, kind of just like I'm wearing moisturizer. I by far like this so much more than both the Charlotte Tilbury and the new NARS foundation. And the only reason why I'm comparing it to those two is because those are the last two foundations that I reviewed. This is absolutely, without a doubt, my favorite foundation of the three. Let me zoom you in very, very close so you can see what my skin looks like after today's wear. This definitely has a Jamie stamp of approval on it. I'm just excited to continue to wear this because I like it so much. It's just always exciting to find a foundation that just works really well for your skin. I hope you guys enjoyed seeing this review on the new KOSAS Revealer foundation. Don't forget to let me know all of your thoughts on this product in the comments. Hit the thumbs up button if you did enjoy today's video, and subscribe if you're not subscribed already, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.